First in high definition from the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
A Chesapeake police officer has died during training this afternoon.
Investigators say he was in the water with the dive team when he suffered some sort of problem. We first broke this story on WAVY.com. Now, this all happened this morning in the Oak Grove Lake Park off of Volvo Parkway, that's near Battlefield Boulevard. Chopper 10 flew over the scene as police started investigating their fellow officer's death. 10 of your side's Katie Collette arrived moments after the call for help. She's live there now. Katie?
Nicole and Tom, it's definitely been a very emotional day here at Oak Grove Lake Park. I was actually here when word began to spread among the police officers of their friend and colleague's death. And I'll tell you, when you think of police officers, you always think of some of the toughest folks around, but you have to remember they're human too, and word of their friend's loss was very difficult for them to take. It was supposed to be a day of routine dive training for Chesapeake police officers. They rolled into Oak Grove Park around 9 this morning, not an unusual sight for residents.
I thought it was just a regular training exercise because they do that occasionally.
Jeannie Toney lives near the park and says after she saw the police cars, she left to go shopping, but when she returned,
Noticed both entrances were blocked off with the police lights running, and that's not normal. Usually if they're doing training exercises, they let people still jog and ride their bikes, and it seems to be blocked off today.
That's because police say one of their officers had trouble in the water during a dive. Was it medical? Was it because of the dive? Those are questions 10 on your side asked, and police say they're looking into. What they will say is when the diver surfaced, they pulled him from the water, and shortly after, crews began CPR. News shocking to Toney.
That's horrible.
Chopper 10 shows the investigation underway, a difficult scene to take in, an area known for its beauty and peacefulness, now a place of shock and mourning. Now, I'm still working to get that police officer's name for you. Of course, police will not release his name until all of his family's been notified of his death. I also asked a police spokesperson how long this officer who passed away had been on the force, but she's not willing to answer that question yet. And no one within the police department, including the chief, is willing to speak on camera about the officer at this time. However, I am still working to get, at the very least, a statement from the chief for you. Live in Chesapeake, Katie Collette, 10 on your side.
Now, after pulling the officer from the water, emergency crews rushed him to the hospital where police officers from all across Hampton roads are gathering. We'll have that part of the story ahead on WAVY News 10 at 5:30.
A double-wide mobile home quickly went up in flames. Now 4 people in Chesapeake have to find a new place. When firefighters came to Deep Creek Mobile Home Park around 8 a.m., the flames were pouring out of every side of this structure. No one was inside at the time.
Yeah, all the decorations, furniture, everything's gone. All we got is our clothes.
And you have each other.
And each other.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Material things to be replaced.
Good news, nobody hurt. The owners have insurance. The fire department has not determined a cause yet.
A snowstorm closed highways in parts of at least 5 states. Take a look at this video out of Kansas. A highway patrol dispatcher says the southwestern part of the state is shut down. Snow plows are moving through, but the snow is piling up anyway, causing several accidents there. Some drivers left their cars on the side of the road. And the exact opposite is happening here in Hampton Roads. It's actually warming up.
10 on your side, Chief Meteorologist Don Slater's in the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center. He's smiling.
Yeah, we are, because the thing about it is we're going to see things warm up even more for tomorrow. Very warm, as a matter of fact. Here's a look at what's going on in the very, very much bigger picture. Even that snowstorm in Kansas is tending to fizzle out considerably. You can barely see any snowfall going on there right now, but that was early last night and early this morning. They had big, big snow there. That's tending to fizzle out. You can see it south of Omaha and into northwestern Missouri. And again, that's not likely to affect our area with snow, but we are going to see some rain out of this thing in the next couple of days. Note how the front becomes stationary, basically right on in over the top of our area coming up by Thursday evening. That's going to give us a further chance of rain Thursday night, late and into Friday morning. Rain's going to be shooting at us, but we are going to see some warmer temperatures. Again, no rain into the area right now. Temperatures in the 50s, 70s tomorrow. More in a few minutes.
And with those blizzard conditions across the country, a lot of you may be worried about your holiday travel plans. Well, we're on your side helping you navigate that road ahead. Tonight on WAVY News 10 at 5:30, you'll get advice from the experts on the safest way to get where you're going.
Burglars don't take a holiday when you do, so keeping your home safe while you're away takes a little time and effort. 10 on your side's Ava Hurdle joins us now with what you need to do. Ava?
Nicole, it's best to have a safety plan in place at home before you hit the highway, train, or plane.
Troy Lucas admits he makes sure the appliances are off before he leaves, but there's more.
I turn the water off and things of that nature. I inform the neighbors that I will not be there, and consequently they in turn will keep a watchful eye on the property.
Police agree that's a great idea.
You need to get a trusted neighbor to look after your house, maybe do a perimeter check 1 or 2 times a day, picking up like newspapers that have accumulated, any flyers that people might leave in the door, anything like that that makes the house look unoccupied. Get timers for the lights.
She shows us other inexpensive devices you can purchase, like motion detector alarm chimes, floodlights, or tension bars.
A good deadbolt lock, good solid deadbolt lock with a 1-inch throw. Good thing to have a peephole. Now this is a wide angle lens, and this is what we recommend for our senior clients.
Police say another thing that helps is having a neighborhood watch program in your community.
Now, it's also a good idea not to divulge your travel plans on the internet through social media. Police say the bad guys are looking at that, too. I'm Ava Hurdle, 10 on your side.
One more thing, try to suspend mail and newspaper delivery while you're on vacation.
Hampton police released pictures of stolen jewelry they say they found on a burglary suspect. Police say rings, necklaces, even military pins were among 90 pieces they found in bags when they arrested 20-year-old Michael Hughes. Now detectives need the rightful owners to come forward and claim those recovered items. Investigators believe the jewelry was taken from homes in the Fox Hill, Phoebus, or Buckrow areas. If you've had jewelry stolen, you should contact Hampton Police.
Home for the holidays. More than 300 local sailors, Marines, soldiers, airmen, and Coast Guardsmen are returning to Norfolk. 80 days at sea will end tomorrow when the USS Oak Hill comes back. 10 on your side was there for a previous deployment. That's what you're seeing right now. After spending nearly 3 months in South America, their loved ones are looking forward to having them home. The crew includes 6 new dads who will see their newborns for the very first time.
The last symbol of the war in Iraq is back on U.S. soil. Today, President Obama and Vice President Joe Biden greeted troops and the official return of the colors that flew over Baghdad for nearly 9 years. NBC's Chris Clackham now with more on the special ceremony formally declaring the war in Iraq over.
At about the same time, President Obama was at Andrews Air Force Base to greet troops and the official return of the U.S. colors that had flown over Baghdad for nearly 9 years. Anxious families and spontaneous applause greeted those arriving home from Iraq at the airport in Baltimore.
It's been so hard not to see him in so long.
It means the world to us to know that we're cared for this way and that people appreciate what we're doing for the country.
These were the last of the U.S. Air Force personnel to leave Iraq, some with huge plans for the holidays.
I actually get married, so that's my big plan for him.
Back at Andrews, the president did not speak publicly, but his presence spoke volumes about the end of the U.S. war in Iraq.
Today, I am proud to safely return our colors to their rightful place, the United States of America.
General Lloyd Austin was the last commander of U.S. forces in Iraq and said military operations there had come to a successful conclusion, heaping praise on the military's rank and file.
As you reflect on your service in Iraq, please know that your sacrifices were instrumental in liberating an oppressed people.
Some of those the president greeted in Andrews today were among the last U.S. troops to leave from Iraq. Chris Clackham, NBC News.
200 Fort Eustis soldiers are returning from Iraq tomorrow. A very small number of our troops are still trickling out ahead of the end of the year deadline. About 150 will stay behind to protect State Department operations in that country.
Coming up on WAVY News 10 at 5:30.
Racist and anti-Semitic graffiti outside of a Norfolk school. Hear from parents and students coming up next.
Christmas came early for a local sailor.
I was really overwhelmed.
This single mother wrecked her car, and now she's helping her mother with medical bills and hasn't seen her kids in months. Well, you're going to see how an operation on the home front is helping her right before the holidays.
Facing officers with guns drawn, a suspect used a little girl as a human shield. We'll tell you what sparked this police pursuit, and we'll show you how it all ended.
You're watching WAVY News 10 at 5 with Tom Shad, Nicole Livas, and Super Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
A dramatic chase in Los Angeles ended with a suspect in custody and a child in safe arms. This all started when a woman reported the possible kidnapping of her 4-year-old daughter. Officers found the suspect vehicle, but the driver refused to stop and led police on a 30-minute chase. The man eventually pulled over, got out of the car, and held the little girl between him and responding officers. Look at that. Police swarmed the suspect, grabbed the child, tackled the man to the ground, and arrested him. The man is reportedly the little girl's father. The 4-year-old is okay.
Well, 2 teens in Arizona ended up stuck between a rock and a hard place when they ventured off on their own. The 13 and 14-year-old cousins were hiking with another adult family member in Phoenix when they were diverted from the trail. Well, they got lost and stuck in a narrow canyon. Well, they had to call 911 for help, and a rescue crew got a helicopter into the area and dropped down safety lines to bring the boys to safety. Here they go. No one was hurt.
$7 million worth of guns and drugs off the streets now in Washington, D.C. Operation Manic Enterprises kicked off more than a year ago. It involved D.C. police, ATF, the FBI, ICE, and the DEA. Federal agents showed off the weapons and drugs seized during the undercover operation. 70 people were arrested.
Do you go to work when you're sick? If you don't, some of your co-workers probably do. That never happens here. Wait to hear how easy it is to infect those around you.
An early Christmas gift for a local sailor.
Everybody got involved, and this really is the spirit of the season.
The single mom has a lot on her plate today. She got some help easing some of that stress. We'll show you the special present and tell you how it's helping her and her kids.
Hello, I'm Major Kelsey Hill Houston, serving in Kabul, Afghanistan. I would like to say happy holidays to my father, Thurman, my grandmother, Kelsey, my brother, and all my friends in Newport News, Virginia. Happy holidays.
Holiday help on the home front. A Norfolk sailor and single mother of 2 received an early Christmas gift today, a reconditioned used car.
Lavetta Ryles totaled her car before she deployed with the USS George H.W. Bush. She's been home now more than a week and hasn't had any wheels.
10 of your side's Art Khan has more on the well-deserved donation.
It's not a luxury sedan or a brand new car, but this is a gift that to this sailor and single mom is worth every bit as much.
I was really, really overwhelmed. I found out a day before my birthday, so it was a happy birthday, early Christmas. It was very nice.
Although timely, this gift was selected for Lavetta Ryles by Operation Homefront for reasons other than her birthday or even Christmas.
She needed a car, her having an automobile accident before we deployed.
Unable to replace the car she lost in an accident due to limited insurance coverage and the demands of a deployment, the Navy League and their partners stepped in to help.
The young men and women today in the military do a fantastic job, and it relates back to the communities.
Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. These car body specialists and technicians donated their time and skills to provide Petty Officer Ryles with a completely refurbished car from Bay Kia in Norfolk.
Put a new engine in the car, we repainted the car, everybody got involved, and this really is the spirit of the season. It's
doing something good for one of our service people, it's awesome. Good to help out.
This gift provides a vehicle for Ryles to bring her 2 children home from Ohio in time for a family Christmas.
It takes a lot of stress off, and it's easier bringing my kids home to a more settled situation.
The kids will be coming home to more than just a situation, thanks to Ocean View Golf Course pro Mike Valou, who said someone forgot to clean out the trunk.
Please open that up. You have 2 kids, and my staff felt that was important that we take care of. This is also for you kids.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.
It really is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. In Norfolk, Art Khan, 10 on your side.
Yes,
wow, especially
it is.
there, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. The Kia giveaway was also part of the benevolence program sponsored by companies from the collision repair industry.
Now, Ryles' 13-year-old daughter and 4-year-old son have been staying with relatives in Ohio since she deployed in May.
Tomorrow, everyone gets an early Christmas gift from HRT, free rides on light rail. On Saturday, the 500,000th passenger took the tide. To show its appreciation, HRT is letting everyone ride for free tomorrow. Light rail has been up and running in Norfolk since August 29th. HRT officials tell 10 on Your Side about 4,100 people ride the tide every day.
Now, in high definition, your Super for 10 forecast with Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
And not a bad day today, but a lot better day coming up for tomorrow, even though we are going to see some rain. The biggest thing that we'll see is temperatures pretty close to 70 degrees. Very, very nice warm day is coming up. That storm out to the west, it is falling apart in terms of producing heavy snow. Most of the rain is out ahead of it now. Most of the moisture is, and on the back side of it, there's not nearly as much. You can see the remnants of it right here into eastern Kansas, toward the Kansas City area, and then on northward as well. Some snow, but nothing as big as what they had in the past 24 hours. Now, for our part of the world, this front is going to make it on into our area tomorrow night, and then it's just going to lollygag around. It'll just kind of stop. There's where things are by Thursday evening, Thursday night, overnight into Friday morning. We'll see some of this rain that you can see here climb northward into the region. We're going to see off and on rain really over the next several days, all the way into the weekend, and then finally by Sunday and Monday, that rain, that chance of rain should let up. It's not going to be a constant rain, but rain will be hitting at us every now and then over the next several days. No rainfall going on into the area right now. Lots of cloud cover, obviously. However, the biggest thing that we're going to see is a stray shower or two is possible overnight. Nothing real big at 2 o'clock in the morning. A light southerly wind at 10 miles an hour. But that southerly wind is going to warm things up significantly for tomorrow. It'll be 15 degrees warmer than it was today. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, 10 to 15 mile an hour winds. We could see some rain late in the morning, early in the afternoon, perhaps even a rumble or two of thunder. That's how warm it's going to be during the day tomorrow. 15, 25 mile an hour winds at the noon hour. At 3 o'clock, things are quiet, but then at 7 o'clock, some more rain moves on into the area. We'll see 15, 20 mile an hour winds. And that front takes its sweet old time getting here. 15, 20 mile an hour winds at midnight, but by 7 o'clock in the morning, it's cooled us down a bit, but that front kind of falls apart, and then the warmer air starts lifting back northward during the day coming up on Thursday. It'll warm right back on up into the upper 60s. So really, Thursday looks pretty mild as well, especially by later on in the day. Now, as far as rainfall, here's what we get between now on into Thursday evening. The bulk of it is right about through here. We will likely see some rain anywhere within the area, especially from Elizabeth City and on northward. Certainly, the most of it is going to be toward the Middle Peninsula, Northern Neck, and Eastern Shore. But here's the big story. Around 70 degrees coming up for tomorrow. We move on through the overnight hours and into Thursday. It'll likely be into the upper 60s. So some very, very nice warm weather is going to be moving in for the next couple of days. And it will be bad into the weekend, even with our shot at some rain coming up over the next several days. But right now, mostly clear, mostly cloudy, it should read. 50, 53, 54. Highs today, 58 degrees throughout the area. And temperatures generally around 50, 55 degrees. For right now, you can see again 50s, but there's some warmer air farther to the south that's going to really start lifting northward for tomorrow. Here's what's going on overnight, dropping only to around 48. Could see a stray shower. A little bit better shot at some rain coming up during the noon hour, and then again at the end of the day for tomorrow, but around 70, 71 degrees. Thursday, relatively quiet. Chance of rain, though, Thursday night into Saturday morning. Another shot at some rain on Sunday morning, Christmas morning, 51. Much cooler by Monday.
We're following breaking news just coming into the newsroom right now. Police have just identified an officer killed in dive training today.
That's right. They say it's Officer Timothy Schock, Timothy Schock, S-C-H-O-C-K, a 16-year veteran of the Chesapeake Police Department. He had been a member of the dive team for 8 years. This happened in a diving incident at Oak Grove Lake Park off of Volvo Parkway near Battlefield Boulevard. Chopper 10 brought us this shot here soon after this incident happened in Chesapeake, and we will have a live report coming up at 5:30.
Our Katie Collette is there, and we'll be talking with her very soon.
Trying to solve a cold case. Local teens are hoping technology can help lead them to the person who killed Shelley Carson. That story is new at 5:30. It's the age-old question. If you're coughing and sneezing, do you still go to work?
We know the answer to that. Your boss might be happy you showed up, but your coworkers, not so much. We all know them, the employee who will not take a sick day. They're coughing, sneezing around all of us. That's not good because doctors say that you can get someone sick with a virus even if you're standing 6 feet away.
Wow.
If you're not feeling well, I'd much rather you go home than you tell me all about it while you cough in my general direction. Stay home, video in for a conference if your nose isn't too runny, and be in touch via email and phone calls. Your office will thank you.
As we all cough and sneeze around here, we can appreciate that. Fever, aches, chills, and extreme fatigue are the most typical flu symptoms. If you have any of these, do your coworkers a favor and stay home.
All right, an early Christmas present could save a woman's life.
I did not expect something so big from one person.
See what came in a small bag that's making a big difference.
160 million Americans will see a tax increase on January 1st unless there's a congressional compromise. Why Republicans refuse to extend the payroll tax credit at 5:30.
Hello, hello, hello.
Do we have
Can you flip the prompter, Don? Thanks.
And just get her done, right? Get her done. I hear you.
Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Matt, I'm here. Hey, test. Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Big things do come in small packages. Someone dropped off a bag on a California woman's doorstep underneath several avocados, a cashier check for $10,000.
We just feel blessed that a stranger is coming over to do something so big for us in our biggest, need.
Biggest need for Maria Vargas right now is the money to pay for medication to battle stage 4 cancer. Treatment is $10,000 a month. Good start, though. Stay with us. WAVY News 10 at 5:30 starts right now.